Hi, beautiful human. I'm Zach. That's Stan. We welcome to the studio, the one, the only, JOP, Fuerza Regida. Did I butcher that badly?
Nah, I think you got it right.
There you go.
Thanks for being here.
Fuerza Regida. But you got it right. You got it right, man.
How do you look at your discography today? Because you have so much music, and just as somebody who's genuinely gone in, engulfed myself in it, it's a journey. And you can hear the journey specifically sonically, but how do you look at your discography?
Okay, that's a big word. What's that word, discography? Just so I could get that word.
Dude, it's all the music you put out there in the world.
Like my catalog, like my career type of deal. I look at it like a project that I've been having for the longest, like from the beginning to the end. It's crazy, you know, like it's not easy. It's like my life, you know? That's how I look at it.
I mean, it is your life in music.
Pretty much, wake up and that's what I do. So the way I look at my career is just like everything I do, I put 15 hours into it daily, you know? So it's just, I wake up and that's what I do. You know, I look at it like I wake up to live my life, and my life is my career.
So a part of that is to just create as many albums as humanly possible.
Albums, music, everything that got to do with it, you know? Because I own a record label as well, so we got a lot of artists that are blowing up. So that's all we do, music in general.
Is making music precious to you?
It's precious, and it's the only time I'm away from my phone. You know, so this is like bad, or, you know, everyone knows it's bad, right? So when I put my phone, like the only time I put my phone down, when I make music, when I get in the studio, when we get the guitar, we start writing music, we start producing, I'll be away from my phone for hours, not checking it. And then when I stop, back to work, like it's just, let's go, let's see what's going on TikTok, hit up everyone I got to reply to. It's just, that's all I do every day.
How much of what happens on your phone makes it into the music you make?
Everything I do on my phone is like work. So it's a lot, like the connections, the conversations, you know? We use WhatsApp a lot, the Mexicans use a lot of WhatsApp. It's like, we don't even do email, you know? It's just WhatsApp. So audios, like writers, it's just working daily. Artists, ideas, like my artist is dropping a song. After me dropping an album, I'm still worrying about like my artist calling me and, hey, what do you think about this? And I'm over there, hey, you know what? I'm producing their song while I'm doing my stuff. It's just this thing right here. Sometimes you got to put it away, you know?
So what is the motivating factor? Is it the creation and population of art into the world, or is it money?
I think it's both. I mean, of course, I would do it for free if money was nothing in life. But it's something, right? So, like, I would do it. It makes me happy, like, without the money, you know? Just doing it. And then, of course, accomplishing things, it makes you more happier. So us accomplishing everything we've been doing, you know, because our career, we got 7 years in this, you know? So I know probably people that are watching us right here probably don't know about us too much, about Fuerza Regida. I could tell you, like, a little bit, you know? Like, long story short, 7 years in this when this genre was nothing. Not nothing. I don't want to disrespect the genre because the genre is really big. But when I started, it wasn't really like mainstream like that, you know?
You're talking about Corridos.
Corridos in general, Mexican music. 7 years ago, when I came in, it's when it started changing. Not just when I came in, but a little before me, there was new guys in town like Legal Siete, Omar Ruiz, Arsenal Efectivo that had a new wave going on, Mexican Americans. You know, like they lived over here. We Mexican Americans kind of started switching the game because it was all Culiacan. It was mostly music from Mexico, and like that's what the stars were coming from. And we made it. I remember like I'm not gonna say we because it wasn't me yet, but it was Legal Siete, Arsenal Efectivo, making a new difference in the music.
What was the biggest difference? Because the instrumentation and the sonics, I mean, not this album changes the entire game.
Yeah.
But back then, it was still the same horns and guitar.
To this day.
Yeah, and still crooning, right? Still telling a story that, like, it didn't matter if you know you can understand the lyrics or not, you can feel the emotion behind the story you're telling.
And you're telling me what was the difference when in those times?
How did you elevate that? Yeah.
I remember when I came in, I got really inspired by those guys I just told you. Legal Siete, Arsenal Efectivo, like, they were like me. You know, I see myself because they were Mexican American. They were singing Mexican music, blowing up. It was like, that's what gave me hope. Like, I could do this. I don't gotta just be Mexican, you know? So I gotta give them a lot of props. I've given props before, but in this interview, like, I'm gonna give them more props because people sometimes don't really see people talk about them. Then I came in, and I got really inspired by their music, so I knew their music was kind of different. Same instruments, they started taking different flows, like the melodies were different, the lyrics were different, and I was like, I could do that too, then I could be different. So I started doing different melodies, talking about different stuff, and it just starts going from there. The dressing, we're speaking English, we know about a lot about the hip-hop Anglo side, like we just know about what's going on because we're born on this side. And so it starts changing the music, the Mexican music.
Yeah, because it starts making its way into Corridos and like taking like what is traditionally Corridos, which is like, again, horns and like beautiful stories and live instrumentation. And like it turns it into something that is, yeah, you're right. Like you can hear this like almost like weather on stone, right? Like stone shapes over time and it's based on the weather. Like you can literally hear the slow transformation of this music.
Until now.
That happens over 12 albums. 8 of those being studio albums.
Yeah, I don't even know I had that much albums. How much albums?
You have 8 studio albums, 12 altogether. That include a Christmas album, live album.
Wow. I think I had to turn in albums, right?
That's crazy.
Nah, it's crazy because especially we, like Fuerza Regida, I was telling you more about the genre, right? But let's come back. We're part of the pioneers of changing this wave, right? To making it to where it is now. So it feels for me being part of it, and it just feels amazing, you know?
But you create 2 pieces of art that change your life musically, right? Like, or at least get us to where we're at today. One of them being Harley Quinn, and then it's the EP that you release after that, where the entire thing ends up being on the charts.
Crazy.
Yeah. So you're on a quest for a challenge.
Lately, man, you know, I like to talk about the past a lot because 7 years, but lately, like this last 2 years, we just been killing it, bro. Like on some on other level stuff, you know? But I really give it up to all the years that it took me to get there, you know? That's why I talk about 7 years ago, 6, because I've learned so much. And now where I got to a point where like now we're here, and last year Harley Quinn it was a big smash, it changed the music a little bit too. Like we started using the electrical EDM with the guitars, like and actually
crazy horns,
and then you fuse it with the horns, and actually the fusion is like
it's amazing.
It sounds good, you know. It don't sound like weird, you know. So that's crazy. And then like you said about that EP, man, everything just when in the album of Harley Quinn, that album was going crazy too. I dropped it in October, and there's still songs hitting today.
I know. I see you posting about it on TikTok.
So it's wild. Like this last year has just been a movie, you know. Like everything we worked for, it's came to us this last year is crazy.
Was there a defining moment where you realized like everything was actually becoming reality, what you dreamed of? Like, was there a defining moment you're like, oh shit, my life is different forever?
You know what it was? More, because I got that feeling when I first hit, right? 2018. Wow, my life is changing forever. Now that I've been working so hard and that it's my life, like I'm telling you, I feel more like I just knew it was gonna happen. And it's just like, what's next? Like, I know what's next. I've seen it before. Like, I'm not done yet, you know? So it gets me happy, but it just don't make me feel like I felt the comfort moment already a long time ago. I'm in a different world right now. Like, even though I've accomplished so much in the last year and a half, I still feel the same. Like, I don't feel like a big change. You get me?
Yeah, I get that.
Like, I feel like I've been through that already.
You had the change and you've been
even
growing
though
to this
my
point.
biggest change was last year. Like, wow, I still feel like normal. Like when now we're selling arenas 360, 15,000 people. You know,
that's actually the difference between somebody who just has like a random TikTok hit and their life is catapulted, and somebody who's been working at this for a long time and like again has a catalog that has
hours.
Yes, crazy, dude. You've probably done 10,000, 15,000 plus hours on
and
this.
I was actually, I don't read, right? But I suck at reading. But my partners do. And they were telling me about a book that says, or some guy says, that you need so many hours to be great at something.
10,000 hours
10,000
makes
right?
you a professional.
I've for sure done more than that.
Oh, 100%, dude, yeah.
And it's true, you know? There's a lot of artists that, and you know, that's just my story. It took me so long, not so long, right? 7 years to do a different change. But I've learned so much. I've gone at a pace where like I've gotten so much knowledge out of those years. And there's people that hit right away that they still haven't gone through all the other, they might be really successful, and that's good, that's great. Like, thank God that happened. Now it's easier for everyone hitting because it's easier. It's like now, like, Now it's easier to go viral because we got TikTok. We had to work this genre. Not just me, but the other guys that I mentioned and the other guys before that. You get
Bro,
me?
you had to work the genre. You also had to breathe new life into the genre. You also had to make the genre also be as both American but still true to the culture as humanly possible because you wanted to have a broad appeal, right? Like, I mean, all those things go into your mind, no?
Everything. It's crazy. And it's just not me. From after, I'm the one, we made a big change as well. And then I remember Nata comes in and he kills it too. Like he comes in and he got signed to the label we're at. So Mexican American sauce. He starts dressing the same, the chains, woo woo. But this kid's Mexican. So he got those lyrics. He got some real, like, so he comes in and switches it up crazier. So that's where people don't really see what we did. Kind of people be like, oh, you didn't do nothing. But it's fine. That's why I come to talk about it sometimes. Like, hey,
you have to
remember about it. Like, look, it's right there on the story. It's right there on the book, you know? Just Nata did make a bigger impact because he created a name to it and it's crazy. Like, and when Nata came, I even hopped on, we hopped on that side too. Like, hey, everything's evolving. We got to evolve with it or else we're going to be forgotten in the end. In the beginning, we're going to stay in the beginning, you know?
So is that what pushes you to the album we have today?
Well, what pushes me to the album today is that, not that's just like the whole history of what's going on here, of who's made a difference in this. Because people like to say that. Because when I say it on the interviews, I say me, but I don't mean me. I mean we. Like, I'm a big part of it. That's why Nata's a big part of it. And the guys before me, Legado 7, Arsenal Efectivo, that those guys right now,
they paved the path.
They paved a big path, but they're not really making the noise that Nata and Fuerza are.
Totally.
So I like give respects to everyone, the guys that are actually making the noise and the guys that really started this for us, you know?
And this is something new, right? Like, let's talk about it because you've talked about it before. Like this idea that like you have a team, like you used to be very independent and self-sufficient and have this desire to do everything on your own.
Yeah.
Was there a moment you realized that like you need a team and you're nothing without the people you surround yourself with?
Of course. 2020, man. When our career was a little going slow down, I was doing everything by myself, writing my music, releasing it, producing it. And now I got a big team, man. I wouldn't be able to do it without them. Writers, producers, managers. You know, we just got a whole big team. But what leads me to the album today is when you're talking about the EP, Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Just like a couple months ago, a year ago, where we got the charts on lock. Like, you go on Latin charts.
It's all you.
Top 10, it was all us, you know? And in the U.S., I mean, there's different charts. Mexico, we had that unlocked to it in the beginning of the year with all those songs. So what I felt was like, I can't give them the same thing because every album is sounding the same. Not just mine, but the genre.
Yeah.
You get me? I wanted to make a change. And when you do something new and something different, you know, it comes with like rejection at first because I already knew it was risky. So what did we do? We did something, a risk. We know the outcome, but let's see the future. We know we did good songs. We know we're trying to reach a different audience, and hopefully our core fans accept it and go with it as well. But if not, don't worry. We're never going to change the genre. Like, we're always going to do corridos, you get me? Like, that's what made us, so I'm not going to forget about where I come from. But we want to be something different. In 7 years, we want to grow as well, you know? We don't want to give them the same stuff.
So you consider Jersey Corridos your own genre?
It's a new something that we created.
Subgenre.
Yeah, for sure. Like, no one has did that before. We did it first. It's something we did, you know? And that's dope for us. Like, it comes back to where I'm telling you about Nata. He came out with Corridos Tumbados. I remember that when they were coming out with that. And now he made everyone think that that's what it is when it really isn't. You know, it's not really Corridos Tumbados. It's Corridos, it's Mexican music. But he made it a big thing and he made it a big. And now we came with the Jersey Corridos. It's just Jersey Corridos. It's not a big deal. You know, it's just we just made something light at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Mixing the guitars with the Jersey and actually working it's nothing crazy, you know, but I'll invite everyone to do it. It's dope, you know?
Well, could we like dissect the name a little bit? Because it's Jersey based on like EDM club music.
Based on the Jersey beat, like, bah, bah,
yeah.
bah,
I'm from
bah.
Jersey. I can pump my
And then we
fist.
just use a big cello. And even on this last song I dropped, Secreto Victoria, which is doing really good, man. All the girls like it because it talks about the gym and stuff like that. But we're actually using the 808s. We're using the 808s of the Jersey, the actual 808s, but we put the instruments into it, the guitars, the horn, the charchetas.
That's sick. So it's
So
essentially.
that's something new.
So where is that coming from? And like, and how? Like, where does that come from?
I think just all this evolving. Like I remember Harley Quinn. We were with Marshmello. Our music, most of our music's 3/4, the timing, and Marshmello like EDM music 4/4, right? And then he was just like, "Hey man, I can't do 3/4s. Like I don't feel myself there. Like you got to do something in 4/4." I remember when we were producing that track, he told me that. I was like, "You want me to do 4/4 then?" I was like, "All right." And I had my guy Angel Tumbado, one of my other producers that he be getting the guitar. And I was like, hey, choose these chords. I chose some chords. I told him, follow this chord and follow that metronome that Marshmello just put on. It's a 4/4. And then I started spitting some flows, and that's where this 4/4 thing comes out. And I remember I told Marshmello, hey, we got to do Jersey, man. He's like, nah, it's already kind of burnt out. Because in the Anglo side, everyone was doing it already, like Ice Spice. Everyone did it already, Lil Uzi. And I was like, but hey, no one's really done it in our side, like Mexicans. He's like, all right, let's put some Jersey. But he put it on the second half. And then I was like, all right, we were recording the cello. And it was just being recorded regular on 4/4. And that's when I just thought about something. I'm like, oh, we're going to follow the Jersey beat with the big Mexican cello. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Perfect, yeah.
And with Harley Quinn, we did the Jersey beat with the actual, like, acoustic instrument. You know what I'm saying? So that got created there. And then this album, I did the same thing. I got a song called Bella, kind of like Harley Quinn. But Secreto Victoria, we took out the cello. And that's why I told you we were using the actual 808s of the Jersey Club, and just instead of having because the Mexican music, like our music right now is guitar, 2 guitars, some horns that are harmonies, the horns that are melodies. I used everything the same.
Just to replace
I just
the
replaced
beat.
the bass.
So fucking smart.
You get me? I just replaced the acoustic bass and we put the 808s in there.
Do you see this scientifically at all or mathematically?
I just feel like when you just, like anything, like hopefully it becomes a new thing, right? Because we rocking with it.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, I mean, I guess it'll just stay for us, right? But I think it's genius, and I wouldn't be able to do it by myself if it wasn't for my team, We found that out, like, we didn't even say we're going to do Jersey Corridos. It was like, we just did it. And then I was like, oh shit, this is a Jersey Corrido, bro. Like, pay attention. Like, we're using Jersey with our shit. It was just genius after. After we noticed, it was genius,
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're just trying to make here an impact. We're trying to do a difference. We just wanted to be different,
Hello, beautiful human. Every year, millions of gamers experience IGSS, inadequate gaming setup syndrome. Luckily, a cure has been found. You have to go beyond with the Vibrasonic mattress by Beyond Sleep. This thing has 6 built-in subwoofers, USB ports for charging, LED lights so you never stub your toe. It gives you an acoustic massage when you want it, plus adjustable degrees of comfort. This right here is the best way to game ever. Cure your IGSS today at BeyondSleepTech.com. Okay, so that being said, does the essence of this album apply to this new genre, which is like, but don't fall in love? And you equate the title to like not getting too comfortable, not getting complacent.
Yeah, all around. Just don't fall in love.
Don't fall in love with something because comfort.
It could be anything, materialistic.
Drugs, a job, whatever.
Or a genre of music. Mama or something, whatever,
Yeah. I mean, does that like apply here? Like this idea of like, are you looking to expand in this genre or are you going to be bored of it soon and move on to something new?
Who knows? I for sure when I did it, I made sure I wanted to do something that was good. Like for me, I think the album's great. Like
it really is.
I feel so. I mean, what type of music do you listen to?
Dude, I listen to literally everything.
You do everything? What's
really
your favorite genre? Like, everyone has their, like...
I love storytellers. So, like, if you can give me
like
a
country
story...
Music?
No, I'll take country, I'll take folk, I'll take it in standards, I'll take it in K-pop. I just want to understand what the person's talking about. So, like, when I look through... I mean, dude, I have all your songs translated. Do you get what I'm saying? But I listen to it 3 or 4 times, and then I go through a translation once I understand the emotion. I listen to music very differently, but I also believe that music... when done right, is like the most universal language known to mankind. That's
what I'm trying to come, like, I feel like sometimes, and hey man, I'm not trying to talk shit on nobody, but sometimes even myself, I've done music that I didn't even put too much time or creativity into it, boom, blows up. But we feel like this album right here, we put a lot of time, we made sure it was good. We didn't just do got a beat and just hopped on it, like, we were in there in the structure and It was like a masterpiece, you know?
Why was Colombia the right place to create this masterpiece?
It was two things. It was one of them because my guys are Mexican, they can't come over here. So I looked up where can Mexicans go, Colombia. And it was Colombia. And then the other thing was we wanted to get out of our comfort zone. Like we didn't want. Well, the first thing was out of our comfort zone, not the same place we always work at, I wanted to bring the whole team. So I was like, I never been to Colombia. Let's go to Colombia. And I heard there's beautiful women over there. So we went to Colombia, you know.
So is it set up with all the instruments? Like how? Like, can you tell me about your first session you had for this album?
Well, since it was. We were doing something different. We had a Gordo there, the DJ. We brought the producer Synthetic. Everyone knew it was different. So we just brought a guitar, just one guitar. That's it, because we were not gonna put a lot of instruments. We do the producing at home too. So I just brought a guitar, and mostly all the songs got created with the guitar.
Really?
Yeah, like just guitar, put the metronome on, and then we would give it to the producer. Like, here, this is a song we got. Bring it to life.
I mean, people say all the time that like the test of a really great song is like playing it just on a guitar, right? Like that's how you know.
That's how you know it's a good one.
Yeah.
We did a lot like that in the album, man. And more than anything, man, it was like, if I would have done the same thing, bro, I wouldn't have felt comfortable with myself, you know? We had 7 songs charting on top 10. Right now we got 5 on Apple Music, thank God. But we had 7 songs charting in those times, and if I would have released another album of the same, I just wouldn't have felt like fulfilled. You get me?
I totally understand that.
So it was just, more than anything, is this album is just to show everyone, the whole world, that we could do something different, gain new audience, and now let's see what's the next chapter. Like sometimes it just writes itself. You get me?
So who do you make music for? Is it you or for other people?
Everybody, myself, and one song I for sure gotta incorporate myself in any song, or else I don't feel real to it. So like I could be talking about something else, because we do storytelling too about other people too. Corridos is mostly about another person, so like that's how it is. That's really yeah. That's a corrido is a storytelling. That's what it means, storytelling. You know how you like storytelling music? That's what it means. A corrido is a story. And then most of the time, it's about somebody. You get me?
Is there any moments where you tell the story of yourself?
That's what we started doing. That's what rappers do, right?
Yeah, totally.
And that's what we started doing, kind of, like years back. And that's what now it's kind of evolved to, like everything's about ourselves now. It's not really about a person no more. That's why they're saying it's not corridos. You get what I'm saying?
Interesting.
It's just crazy. Like the genre is crazy because we come from Mexican roots. So back in the day, the music was just simple, corridos, beautiful music, and we come, the youngsters, and just change it up, you know?
But is the only major, because the sonics still stay true to the core of the genre, is like the biggest change the fact that you're talking about yourself and not someone else?
Probably just more, like Mexicans are more about not bragging too much, always just like, Mexicans want to see people be humble. And you know, the rappers, they just talk about money, woo woo. And that's what we started doing, and kind of started working about girls, like the reggaeton. And Mexicans just say, Mexican American, I'm not just talking about Mexican, like us Mexicans are saying, oh, that's not corridos no more. But it's hitting. That's what's evolving the music, actually. So sometimes we get confused, like, man, is this even a corrido, man? Like, I don't even know no more, bro. No, but we're using the instruments, you know?
But it is. I think it's that genre for a whole new generation. Do you
That's
get
what
I'm
it is,
saying?
man. Back in the day, it was about the guy that saved the town, or, you get me?
Totally.
Like the guy that, that guy has a nice story. He got cheated on with this, or he cheated on his wife. Let me write a corrido about that. That's what the old songs are about, and they're dope. It's beautiful. But now we youngsters come and just talk about other stuff, you know? Like just...
But that to me, I would say that's still the genre, right? Like that's just the genre evolving for a whole new generation.
Evolving, and there's still people singing and that are doing really well that are keeping it old school.
Yeah.
So it's not dying, you know? It's never gonna die. It's like always like a rotation, like, you know, like fashion.
It's cyclical.
It's gonna come back, and you gotta make sure you keep it real.
So would you go back to
I still, to this day, I sing songs, old school songs. My show is incorporated with the banda, 18 motherfuckers, you know, just, we keep it original, you know? I seen covers on my shows, like old school covers, you know? Like, You know how you said I got like 12 albums or something? I didn't even know that, but it's crazy. But we got songs there that are old. I got mariachi, bro. I do mariachi, banda, cumbias. That's why I don't call myself one genre. Like, I'm not going to call myself forever Jersey Corridos, because that's just one side of me, you know?
Yeah.
We do everything. If I could do a country song one day, I wish. I will. And one day we will. You know what I'm saying? Because we could speak English too, and we want to do it.
Yeah, why set limitations?
Why not, right?
Yeah.
And then they're going to come talk shit against us again, probably our core fans. But I understand them. I get them. Let's give them a chance to just let it marinate for them. Like now, your favorite artist singing in English, yes, but hey, let them do it, you know? But we're never going to forget about our fans. We're always going to give them what they want.
How are you writing records? Like, how did you write records? I mean, I know it was with the guitar and a metronome, but like, do you go in with an idea? Do you just kind of like take whatever comes first into your brain?
Right now, we're in the era of Pero No Te Enamores. That's the idea right now. So that was the vibe. Now we're on a different, now we got to go on a different ride. But this year, we're more like Pero No Te Enamores. So, and last, it's kind of like just talking about girls and just lifestyle shit, you know?
I mean, yeah, you're talking about people's, you know, like, I saw your hair and I liked your ass. All the guys are always on you. Behind me, come only armored cars. I don't fall in love. You know what's up.
Just a lifestyle, you know?
Yeah, I could tell.
But that's what we're talking about right now, just trying to keep it real. And a lot of, you know, we make a story better. It's kind of fiction too, you know? Like, you know those movies that based on a true story, but they just sauce it
Yeah,
up
a
more.
little exaggeration.
Sauce it up more, man.
Yeah, you have armored cars?
Yeah, I don't got armored cars myself,
No.
but that's what I ride in.
Shit.
But in my car, I'm chilling. You get me? When I'm chilling, no armored cars. But when we gotta have them, we have them. You know,
That's scary.
in certain locations.
I was going to ask, how has your actual life changed since all this fame? Because you're not just a regular guy anymore. Like, you're a star.
I mean, when we go to like the populated areas with the extra Mexicans, it's a little tougher. Like I can't go to Cardenas or I can't go to like a Mexican supermarket, right? But let's say I could go to Sprouts or something.
Yeah.
You get me? I'm Sprouts, I'm good. Like probably like one or two guys will be like, hold on, is that him? But like they're not gonna recognize me as Sprouts, you know? Not yet. We want to get recognized there one day too, you know?
Is this what you dreamed of, though?
I did, bro. That's why I can't complain. Sometimes I still go to, I'm like, hey, I still want to walk in there, man. Like, hey, the fans are going to rush you. I mean, that's what I signed up for. Let's go in there. I like it sometimes, man. Sometimes, like, we're like human, you know, we're real. We're like blood and flesh, you know? So sometimes I'm not feeling well. I don't want to be bothered. I just won't get off the car.
Totally.
But hey, if I'm feeling good, it's like, I could have set people talking to me right now, let's go. Like, that's what I wanted, right? I'm not going to hide forever. Like,
All of this success, do you think about like how and why? Like, obviously you're talented, obviously you're motivated and consistent, but like, does luck play into it? Does like
Luck?
the luck
oh, luck.
or like the universe
I'm a strong believer, bro. I'm a strong believer.
manifest?
Manifest. I'm a strong believer of, like God's gift, all that. You know, I know for
Yes.
sure. I wouldn't be able to do this by myself, and I don't think it's by myself. And I know for a fact it's not by myself. The people working around me, and I don't think I just got a good voice by myself. I think God gifted me that. You get some certain gifts by God, and then you got to work them. You know, you got to develop your gifts and get the best out of it. That's how I feel. And if you don't got a gift, everyone got a gift. You just got to find it. You know, I feel like, and then develop it.
Did you know you had a gift when you were posting on YouTube?
I've always felt it. Like, I didn't know if I was gonna be a singer or not, but I wanted to do something with my life. I wanted to be famous. You know, I remember looking at the movies. I started acting. I see the boxers. I start jabbing. You know, like I did it all. I played soccer. I boxed. I was trying to do something. And so I guess singing was it. You know, and that's what I stuck with. But
Who pushed you to even sing?
I just liked it, bro. I've been singing since I was young. We got videos. Right now at a show, I sing a Mexican song, regional. It's Fue en un carro de la Chrysler. Are you Mexican?
No.
Nah. No one's Mexican right here? Una automóvil 300. Okay, so it's old school like music right here. Potro Sinaloa, some G shit. And I remember when I was with my cousin and we were like young, he recorded me singing that song. But we can't find the phone, bro. And I sing that song. I covered it. I covered the song. It did well. The fans love it. I sing it at the show. But I was literally like 8 years old singing that song, you know? And for me, that's dope. You know, I was singing it like when I was little and like I was feeling like an artist when I was singing it. And then like now I could just, boom, I'm singing it. The 15,000 people are singing it with me.
Manifestation, dude.
That's
the universe.
I feel like
that's God, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to call it. I feel like God's not gonna give you everything you want in life, right? You got to go get it yourself. He put you here. He give you the tools,
Totally.
and you figure it out. So I never asked God for money or nothing like that. You know, just health, make sure everyone's fine, and I'll worry about the rest. Like, I'm not gonna go. That's why I'm a strong believer like that. Like we gotta go get it. Like hard work beats talent. You know, so you don't gotta be too talented. You just gotta really want it.
That is true. Consistency is the key to everything.
That's
it's the
it.
people who choose to knock it up and take that swing. That could be the swing that changes your life.
Like all the little kids watching out there, they don't know me or nothing. I feel like every little kid has a dream, right? And then like you get older and that dream is still there. Like, and you get older and you're still thinking about it. That means it's real. You get me? Everyone wants to be an astronaut or a cop, right? But then you get older, and then you've been wanting to. You want to be an actor too, but you get older, and then you still want to be an actor. That means it's real. You know?
It's true.
But you never. My dad said that he wanted to be a singer. I think this is where it comes from. Like, he used to sing. My dad sings dope, and he just he would see the love from the town. He would sing when he was drunk, and everybody would get around him. I told him, why you never follow it? He's like, it's because I couldn't, because I got to work. I had to go to work to pay the bills. And in my head, I was like, damn, like if he would have really wanted it, he would have been famous already. And that's how like I seen it, and like crazy, like coming into the my mom telling me, hey man, like us backyard parties, just thinking about all this stuff. Like right now, I'm talking to you, like backyard parties. My mom telling me I'm just gonna be a like failed musician. Like are you really like she believed, but she didn't. Like it's really hard to trust in somebody. Like believing, you could barely believe in yourself. How you can believe in someone else? You get me? So
That's true.
all that is just. That's what I'm saying. If you have a dream, if you really think about it, it's true. You just go get it.
100%. Your gut is everything, and your heart knows. And also, in the face of people telling you that you shouldn't do something or it's not going to be successful, if you continue to keep going, that's how you know. Like, that's motivation to you, but as much as it is heartbreaking, right?
Heartbreaking more than not. I understand the parents, you know? Because there is a lot of failed musicians out there, man, and it sucks,
Of
you know?
course. And they made a lot of sacrifices to give you a great life. And the thought of you...
Imagine, like, yeah, they had to come over here, you know, they had to work a lot, so I could just be a failed son or something. Mm-hmm. That's what they thought, you know? But thank God now I proved them wrong, and they're happy about it. I'm happy my mom told me that. Or if she would have probably never told me that, I would have probably never had the ambition, you know? We just raised different, you know?
Crazy, right? You needed to hear that from her.
You got to hear it.
To be pushing that direction.
You got to hear, man.
But it is like, when you break it down, it is really wild, right? Like, parents give up a lot, and then you have two options, right? Take the safe route or risk it the same way they risked it and got a reward, and then ultimately that reward could be way bigger than the safest route that you could have taken.
I'm mind blown right now. Crazy, huh? We're getting into our feelings.
That's nice.
Do you remember when you first started making money as a musician? Like, were you getting paid for the backyard parties?
I was getting paid. When I started, man, I remember when we started, we only knew 3 songs, and we were charging $60 an hour.
Nice.
They would only get us for like 1 because we were singing the song. There was only 3 guys, so $20 each, you know. But then we started making recognition in the hood, in the town. We started getting bigger. I mean, we had a cover, and it blew up in the IE, so we had more work. I started getting money, but it's not that good money at first, you know. It's not. And I was doing my thing in the hood. I was making flyer parties. I was being a promoter. I was doing business. That's where I was getting more money at. But where I really started getting money from the business, from the music, is when long story short, I quit the flyer parties. I focused on my band. Mm-hmm. And when I really do that, I have my first hit. I have my first hit called Radicamos in South Central. We're taking it 7 years back. You get me? And that's when I started getting more money. Like the most money I ever seen, but it was 7 years ago, you know? So now it's different.
Yeah.
The money's different.
What changes? What changes in your life that makes you look towards the band as a route to make the music
Like why I
possible?
focus on my band instead of like following the flyer parties or I was making more money in the streets, doing flyer parties and all that.
But it's also this understanding that like, you can't do it alone, right? Like you need a band to.
Well, it was more like, do I want to be an artist or do I want to be a promoter? Or do I want to throw parties for a living? I don't want to run a club. Like, I want to be an artist. That's been my dream. I never dreamed about owning a club. You know, I dreamed about being famous. I can't be famous with a club. You get me? So I chose my heart instead of the money. And that brought me more money. You know?
How do you recruit people to be in your band?
I haven't changed the members.
From the very beginning?
Yeah, we have the same members. We just added one more member.
I read that. That's great.
That's it. We added a member that he was our friend since the beginning too. He was a little kid at first. He's 21. He's actually out there right now. Moises. He's a man. He's the most famous guy in the band right now.
Bro, the universe rewards moves like that, right? Like keeping true to the core of like how you began, and a rising tide floats all boats. And dude, that's really special.
Yeah, we like to keep it OG, man. We have the same members. Same people, man. Just new people join the journey, you know?
But like in doing that, it keeps it really safe, right? Creatively, also comfort. Like you couldn't be more comfortable on stage. You've been with these people from the very beginning.
Of course, man. I love my band. They're my brothers.
How are you writing songs though? Like, okay, obviously the album that we're talking about today, which you should listen to, it's all on Amazon Music.
Check it out, Amazon Music. Go run it up.
It's very much about women, love, lust, all those things.
That's what it is.
But are you going in with nothing? Do you mumble to a guitar medley? Like, does it start with a title? How does it begin?
Well, look, so we have a camp, right? I get the writers and I tell them, like for this album, my bad. I told them, hey, we didn't even have the name for the album, actually, when we were making the album. We just knew we wanted something different. And we're just writing about this era right now. And everything in that album, everything we wrote at that moment, that's our era right now. That's our vibe right now. Like that's, you know how I say, oh, he's on that fuckboy area, or he's on...
So what is this
He's
era?
on a healthy era mood. Right now, we're in that era. Pero No Te Enamores era.
But like, how would you describe that?
You know how you translated it?
Yeah.
All that.
So,
we're in that era, you know what I'm saying? Like just...
But don't fall in love.
Don't fall in love. We're just in that era right now, you know?
Is the freestyle actually a freestyle? Living a luxury life among fame and women?
That one's a freestyle, bro. I call it freestyle because we freestyled it, but we just polished it, you know? So
Yeah.
I still think it's a freestyle.
So how
I
does
didn't
that
freestyle the 100 thing off the dome. I freestyled the whole melodies, and I literally hopped in the booth. You know what happened with that song? You like what it says, that song?
Yeah.
I like that song. But you know what happened with that song? All my songs were about women. You know what I'm singing about right now? The era we're in right now, right?
Yeah.
But I felt like I missed the song. I felt like, man, I feel like my album feels empty right now. I feel like I was missing something true. I gotta talk my shit. And that's the song I did it in. So I hopped in the booth, put the mic on, and I just started freestyling that shit.
What are you seeing anything in your head? Do you just kind of
Just see my life.
Really?
And you know, with a little bit of fiction on top. Gotta add a little bit. So, that, you know, just to make it a little more interesting. But
You are living a luxury life among fame and women, though. I mean, I didn't see many women in your crew, to be honest. I don't want to call you out
yeah,
like
we
that.
got no woman right here, nothing.
No,
we you know, it's like those movies, you know? You gotta add a little extra sauce. I don't want to, hey, you know how you call it? Oh, what do they call it? I don't want to incriminate myself.
Yeah. There's actually an exceptional amount of men with you. There's like so many guys.
Yeah, they always say that shit. Hey, what's up with that? Cockfest. You get me? But that song's really true, bro. It really comes from the heart, bro. I mentioned my both of my managers in there. I mentioned some of my bodyguards in there. I mentioned some of my guys in there. It's just my lawyer. I just fucking spilled my heart out.
So really, dude, it's to your mom. My mother was afraid that one day.
I mentioned my mom. Yeah, like she always tells me, like every time I go to Mexico, she gets worried. She like starts praying and stuff, and I get worried for her too. Like Mexico's dangerous, so it's dangerous, but nah, you get me? I get her. I just get her. We could go over there, we're good, you know. But I get her, how she feels. You know, I gotta put myself in her shoes. You know how they say, like, you're supposed to bury your parents, now your parents bury their kids, you know? And I'm a big believer in that. Like, imagine the pain my mom will feel. She has to bury me. So that's what she tells me. Like, I'm worried, son. Like, I'm worried of you. So when I'm in Mexico, she can't sleep. So that's why I tell her, like, in that song, I tell her, like, I know you're worried, you know? And I know that money don't heal the wounds and the scars and the what do you call it? The injuries. How does it translate?
Greet my boss. Just my mother's afraid that one day I won't come back. That's all my translation.
My mother's afraid that one day I won't come back. And then I say, ya sé que el dinero no cura la herida. Like, I know that money don't cure the wounds. How do you say wounds in Spanish? In English, a better way? Like
the scars.
Not scars, because that's a healed scar. Money don't
Cuts.
cure cuts. You know, like, I know money don't cure cuts, but I brought you money. Like, you know,
But
like,
that is true, right? Like, you can have all the money in the world, but it's not going to, like, she's never not going to be afraid for your
yeah,
safety.
she don't care about the money. She cares about me, you know? So I tell her, like, in the song, like, I know I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I know you're worried for me. I know you're worried I won't be back one day. And I know money don't solve problems, but I just brought you a whole bunch of it, you know? That's what I say. And, like, I say a bunch of other shit that from the heart in that song.
Are your parents proud of you? They have to be, right?
Yeah, man, they're really proud, man. But it's nothing to them, bro. Sometimes I feel like they're proud, and sometimes I feel like they wish I was more with them, you know. But like, I was talking to somebody, I forgot who. Someone told me, I forgot who was it, man. I don't want to disrespect nobody, but we were having a conversation, and they were like, "Hey, it's better to not be home doing something good. Like, at least I'm working and doing something."
Contributing to culture and society.
Culture, the fans, like, whoever's in need, I could try to help them, you know? Like, when my neighbor needs something, I'm there. Any neighbor needs something, I try my best, you know? My parents need something, like, ain't nothing ever gonna go missing for them. But, you know, I'm not there. But the conversation I was having is, well, I could be somewhere else in jail too. I could be homeless. I could be not doing nothing and not be there either. That's why it makes me feel a little better about myself. But we gotta, you know, time and family is the most important thing.
That is your number one priority in life.
And sometimes we get so caught up in this that you gotta choose, you know? And that's what I tell everybody. If you wanna really come into this, you gotta sacrifice a lot.
It's true.
You get me? It's not, you can't just come into this and think you're gonna have the best of both worlds. It's a lot of sacrifice. To be where we're at, it's a lot of sacrifice.
I got to say, we've interviewed a lot of musicians, and one of the many common threads that exist is that, like, for a certain period of your career, you have to be selfish to be successful.
And that's it. And you got to hope your loved ones don't get upset about it. And you got to just let them know. Like, I let all my loved ones know, like, hey, I'm going to be famous. And I'm not going to, like, be here. I'm going to be doing stuff you don't care about. Like, I'm going to be doing stuff you don't like. I'm going to be gone. And you're going to have to deal with it. You know? And I told that to all my family. You get me? And it's just a big sacrifice. Like, when someone comes in, an artist comes in, I tell them, how really bad do you want it, bro? You know you're going to see your mom for months, right? You know that you're not going to go home and you're not going to be able to cry to your mom. You're going to cry by yourself, my boy. You know, like, stuff like that. Like, it gets real out there. Like, it gets to a point where you're just alone. But
even with so many people around you.
Yeah, you can have everyone around, but it's a lonely place. But as long as your people understand and don't forget it, like, it's lonely to a moment where you could just call your mom and, hey, let's make a carne asada, let's have a happy Sunday, and you're good. But you're not gonna have what you used to have. Like, you're gonna see your mom every day, have dinner with her every day.
It's true. It's gonna
all
weed
that's
out.
gone. Like, if you have a family too, your wife gotta understand. I tell some of my employees that come in, like, hey, you know you're not gonna be home. And some people have quit on me, you know? Because it's not for everybody, man. Some people prefer to be happy. Like, for them, what's their happiness, you know? It's just life, you know? Like, they wanna be happy, but that's probably their happiness, but not my happiness, you get me?
What is your happiness?
My happiness is my life. And what is my life? My career. Because this is what I pretty much say, it's like I can't go back. Like, right now, I can't just quit and say, I'm gonna be with my family and I'm gonna quit. That's unfair for the fans. That's unfair for myself. It's unfair for everybody.
The band, the team.
Yeah, everyone's eating, you know? How am I just gonna quit? So I put my mind to it years back when I had my first hit, if I was really gonna do this or not. And I told my band, are you guys gonna do this or not? You know, and everyone, you know, chose their own path. But at the end of the day, my band's happy. We're all on tour. Everyone's making money. I just had to make a big sacrifice, you get me? And that's what it is. People don't understand, like, some artists are doing good, and this is a lot of artists' downfall, is their personal life. It's two things. You know, you gotta be sad. I could be sad right now and I'm talking to you.
It's true.
But I can't show it. I gotta come over here and do my thing. And people don't get that sometimes. And that's what affects their career. I see it. My number one rule is don't be a mandilon. You know what that is? Mandilon? We gotta show this Mexican stuff. Mandilon means
Just embarrassing your entire family.
hey, mandilon means, you know what mandilon is, right?
No.
You're Hispanic or no?
No.
You're not?
No.
Mandilon means I need someone to help me, one of these guys, but it means when you let your girl tell you what to do.
Like a they walk all over you?
Kind of not just walk all over you, but like, hey, let's say you have a career you want to chase and your girl don't let you. Or you got to go on tour and your girl's not letting you and you're going to stay because of your girl. And I tell my number one rule when I tell these guys is don't be one of those guys because, or unless that's with your happiness. You get me? You get what I'm trying to come to?
It's based on who's,
What do you want to do? You want to do
fulfills you.
music, bro, or you want to be happy at home? Choose. It can't be both the best worlds, you know?
Do you ever think about having a family? Like creating your own family?
Yeah, think about it. I mean, I have a big family already, you know? I have my parents, I have everybody, you know? And everyone, they know, at the end of the day, they know what's up. Everyone knows what's up. But you got to choose. You get me?
Yeah.
What is it? What's your career? You want to do this forever or not? And then later on, you can retire. It's like any other job, you know?
Yeah, work really hard.
Work really hard.
Give it
and then
100% yourself.
You could retire and be happy with your family, you know? But your family got to understand. That's why it comes to, like, do they understand or not? Are you gonna ride it with me or not?
Well, I can make the case that like this will weed out the people who deserve to be in your life. Instead of those, like it'll keep those who deserve to be there and get rid of those who
That's
don't.
how I see it, bro.
Totally.
Like who rode with me,
Yeah.
you know?
And those are the ones who deserve it. Those
And
are the
everyone
real
knows.
ones.
My guys are right here right now with me, man. I have guys with me that when we had nothing, they're right here with me, man. My partners. I love those guys. They're my brothers, Toro and Wax. You know,
that's real loyalty.
and a lot of other stuff, you know, that just it gets longer than that. But you know what I'm saying? It's if you really want this, go get it. But it's not easy.
Well, that's it.
Make
You-
a choice.
You take a lot of inspiration from Drake. You know, start from the bottom. Now we here. You know, it's
Exactly.
a collective team. You know, carrying the people
I'm
with
pretty
you.
sure everyone that's made it so far did a lot of sacrifice.
100%. Fuck,
And a
nothing
lot of
great
us don't
comes
really
from
speak about it. That's why today I wanted to speak about it, you know?
that. I appreciate the time and energy. Really.
And I appreciate you having me here, man. Letting other people like your fan base getting to know me, man. And I want if whoever don't know me, go check out my music. You know, Fuerza Regida, where there's Mexican kids, Mexican American kids that are coming up, man, and we're doing pretty good for ourselves.
Coming
man.
up, the music's incredible, and you got to listen to it, even if you don't understand Spanish. Like,
Translate it like you did, right?
yeah. Give yourself time, listen to it, get lost in it, and then understand the translations because you'll relate to it and feel understood. And the music, the sonics, the production's fucking crazy.
That's what I think. The sonics, the music, it's more global. Like,
oh yeah,
you could someone that don't understand it can enjoy it.
100%. And I can make the connection to K-pop. You know, it's very similar in that way, right? Like
A lot of pop. Yeah.
yes, but like this is the musicality is what carries this. In addition to the storytelling, like dude, even your older stuff before you got into like the Jersey Corridos, like dude, the musicality and just the way everything flows and just I don't know, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful art form.
The music is harder. Our genre, like our core genre, like guitars and the OG stuff.
Yeah, the horns.
The horns, the guitars, all that. I love it that it's getting more global. But I have, like, let's say I have a white friend. I talked to him on the phone. He's like, I loved your album, dude. Like, I had all these guys that are, like, from different races call me, like, my friends, you know, like, hey, bro, I love your album, bro. And then they told me straight up, like, it's because your other music, don't get me wrong, I love it. They love it. And our genre is getting big. Like, our regular genre, like our corridos, are what we do with our core actual genre, right? This album is just different, you know? It trips people out, but he pretty much told me, like, I kind of have a hard time understanding myself with that music, but the new album you dropped, I understand it, even though I don't understand it. You get me? Like,
Yeah, totally.
even though I don't know what you're saying, I feel it. And the other one is like, I never really heard nothing like it. It's new to them. So what we're trying to do is get new fan base and introduce them to what we actually do and try to grow our actual genre as well. You get me?
Bridging the gap.
We want to
and
make
growing
our
it.
genre global, like the guitars, the cello. We wanted that to be a global sound one day. You know, where we have the rappers doing it over our productions now.
Yeah, why not?
That's my goal, make it global. But I want to just have people get to know me with these new songs and get to know us, that we could do, we're versatile. That's a word?
Yeah.
Shit, I'm learning all these big words with all these interviews. And now I want to bring them our production, you know? Like, hey, sing on this. Let me see, what chords you need? All right, let me see, let me produce this for you. And we put our horns into it, and we put our everything, our guitars into it. That's my goal. So if you know a country guy or someone that wants to do something, tap in with me, man.
By the way, reach
We'll do
out.
some-
Well,
Reach out, yeah.
Or I'll introduce you.
I know
to
you
some
got a lot of
people.
friends, so I'm ready. We're ready to work, man.
See, that's exciting. Like, that's the sort of energy that is needed. And also, it's this understanding that, like, collaboration is the key to creative, like, freedom and success. But also, like, understanding, like, knowing what you don't know is the biggest strength. And when you bring in the right people, or you tap in with the right people, or collaborate, I don't know. Greatness is unlocked that way.
Everything's possible, man.
Do you think Latin music has overtaken rap in popularity at this point?
I'm not gonna say overtook it. I say we just joined.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know, when there's the party, hey, these guys just joined
The
the
new
party.
guys came and they fit
You know,
in.
you guys don't play video games?
Yeah.
When you're in the party and you're talking with your friends and this random food just pops in. I think that's what happened. Like, hey, who the fuck are these guys? You know? I think we're making some noise now, man. They told us that our genre was like peaking. I don't want to talk shit on the other genres because I love rap. I love hip hop.
same.
I love reggaeton, you know? So, but they've been doing it for a while. So when our genre came in, it's like, oh, what's up with these guys? Like, all the executives were looking over. Everyone was like, hey, what's going on over there?
It's true.
We did make a big impact, man, and I'm really happy about it. I couldn't be much happier than, you know, all my colleagues. It's not just Fuerza Regida, man. We got to give it up to everyone that's doing it right now in the genre. And if it wasn't for them, all our genre wouldn't be where it's at right now. That's why I tell them, hey, we gotta come together, you know, because right now, no one's really collabing too much like that. We gotta come together and collab, you know, because we're all doing this together, you know. It's not just me. I'm not gonna come out here and say Fuerza Regida's doing it. Nah, it's all of us that are doing it.
That's Peso Pluma. There's a lot of people on
Nata,
there.
Junior.
So how do you? Okay, so it's two things. Like, you want to collaborate within the genre, but also a desire to collaborate outside of the genre, because doing that Marshmello song was a great move.
Oh, of course, it was dope.
Also, like, you know, I mean, if I look back in history, there's a lot of great, like, English Spanish records. Despacito is like just one of the random ones that, like,
That's
just
a crazy one, bro.
top of the head. So what is more important, the desire to collaborate within the genre or the desire to collaborate outside of it?
I think everything's important. I think you always gotta stay in your genre. You gotta be in your lane. You gotta be together. You know how the reggaetoneros, they be doing like 4 fools on one track, 5 fools on one track. It's just a big family. I feel like we gotta do the same thing with us Mexicans and with this genre that's coming up. Cause one day it's not gonna just be a Mexican genre. One day we're gonna have a white dude doing it.
It's true.
So hopefully, you know, that's what we want. Like, where it got originated by the Mexicans, but it's not just, now you got everybody rapping. You got Mexican dudes rapping in LA, you know? And everyone says it, they admit it. Like, rap game got invented by who? You know?
So
we know by who. Like, we're not gonna act stupid, so we give the respect. Even my last album, I had a hip hop track on there. You know, I love hip hop. But our genre, man, is the one that just joined the party.
interesting. So, like, the desire really is to be so broad that I am singing one of your songs.
That's
or
what I
making
want.
that music.
Well, now actually, bro, we got white dudes singing it, black dudes singing it, everybody singing it.
Well, like, okay, singing your records, but, like, making their own, like, right? Like,
That's what we want.
that's what you want eventually.
There's
They're out there.
black guys singing Mexican music right now, on TikTok, straight up.
And you love that.
I love it.
That is real. I mean,
White guys playing the instrument, our songs.
that's pretty sick.
That means it's going somewhere already, you know?
Yeah, but is that a battle between you and the purists of the genre, right? Like the older people that have kind of controlled it from the very beginning?
Like if we have a battle with the legends, like with the old guys.
Yeah, like this idea that, like,
I
because-
don't see it like that, man. I give those guys respect. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be right here.
But-
They inspired us.
but even the fans, right? Like,
The fans make stuff with it. It's not it, you know?
yeah, like, but because I, like, just instantly go in my head, like, jazz. Like, jazz in America is huge, and, like, there's jazz purists, and then there's people who have recently tried to push jazz forward, and it may not sound or look or feel the same way as jazz was, but it's jazz today, right?
So there's a new like style of jazz,
Totally, and they fight
and
with
they're
each
singing
other.
and everything.
Yeah,
What is it
yeah.
called? So I could go listen to it.
I would. I right off the top of my head is Leve, Laufey.
Leve, I'm gonna check it out because
She's great.
I haven't heard of that. I like to look like I'm a big fan of Ray Charles. What is that? That's jazz?
Yeah,
No, huh?
standards. I think I don't know.
I'm a big fan of Ray Charles. So,
so
like,
good.
are they doing that now? New? Like, what is Ray Charles genre?
I don't. I think they would fall under standards, but like, I don't know what would his. Also, I don't believe in genres really.
There's a
Like,
new guy making like an old school. Who's that guy popping off? Baby Keem.
Baby Keem? Isn't he
Right?
a
And he's
rapper?
singing like he's singing like old school style, but it's new. Is that am I getting it wrong? Baby
like-
Keem, is that a guy, a white guy?
No. Baby Keem is not a white guy.
All right, I'm tripping out then. It's another guy. Let me look it up right now, real quick. so I
Yeah,
won't-
go.
And I'll
Also,
fuck with it.
TikTok's crazy because like we do just consume so much content all the time that like we know like we can recall just parts of things, but it still has impact on us.
This guy's charting, bro. Like,
Really?
Tommy Richmond.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Million
yeah.
Dollar Baby.
Oh yeah, huge.
Bro,
Yeah, people. Yeah,
I fucking love that song, bro.
Huge.
That's just crazy because it sounds like an old school song, but he's talking that new stuff. It's like what we. Oh shit! I just had a brain fart. Not brain fart. I just had like a mind blowing moment. He's doing the same thing we did
yeah.
with our genre, and he's doing well. What type of genre is that?
I would put that under pop music.
That's just dope, man. You heard that song? It's pop.
Yeah, I've listened to it a bunch. I would put it under pop, but I think people
But-
would fight me on that. But I believe that like pop music is a collection. Like you can make the case that pop music is song structure, right? But I make the case that pop music's popular music. So, like your music should be pop music, right?
Hey,
Like
I never thought about that.
Yes.
So pop music means popular?
yeah, it's in my
Hey, bro,
opinion.
you putting on some game right now, man.
Dude, in my opinion, it's a collection of the most popular songs cross genre that make their way into this pop category.
Pop Corridos.
But I think
That's the
Jersey
name,
Corridos
bro.
could be pop.
We just
like,
created a name, bro.
But the
Amazon. We just created a name in Amazon right here.
But like the records you make, really, in my opinion, could be considered pop. Like, you know,
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Pop Corridos, there.
yeah.
When you go into the studio with someone like Diplo or Afrojack, do you have to kind of teach them about the genre before you guys start making the song
You're not gonna
together?
believe me.
They know
I
everything.
haven't met those guys yet.
Really?
Well, hopefully, I meet them soon. We worked from like distance
Wow.
because they're on. Diplo's on tour like across the world.
Yeah.
I don't even know where Afrojack's at, but they're all busy, man. So we just worked kind of from far, you know. So hopefully, I meet him soon. I know Diplo invited me to Ibiza, so we're gonna go check it out. You know,
That's crazy.
it's crazy, yeah.
So are you giving them a record that's kind of finished? Or are they giving you production? Like what
For
is
this
that?
project, I had the record finished because I had they just added their sauce, of course, but I had big producers in it. You know, I had Gordo.
Yeah.
He's great at what he does, and these guys just added their sauce to it. I had it ready. It wasn't too hard. That's why it was just like, hey man, you want to hop? The way I met Diplo, we were at the Laker game, I believe. I think sitting courtside. So that's how that happened. That's how he hopped on one of my tracks. I just got his number, and then months later, I'm like, I got Diplo's number. Let me hit him up. Hey, what up, Diplo? Like, you down? He's like, I'm down, brother. And we did it.
Casual and real.
Casual, yeah, real, man, real. But since it was like a one-time thing, I don't want my fans to think I'm gonna do this forever. It was like a one-time thing. Right now, my focus is not this music, but I really would want to get in the studio with them for the future and make some other stuff. But we gotta let it settle in right now. The fans are going crazy because I didn't drop Corridos, you know?
Do you feel that their reaction? Do you take that into account as you exist day to day?
I respect them so much, so I do. But I already knew what I was getting myself into.
Totally.
I told everybody, I said it in interviews, I told my friends, we're risking it, man. But we could do this. It's not like we just started our career. Our fans are not gonna they're not gonna cancel us because we tried something new. They might just talk their little shit. I get it. I'm not mad about it, you know? I'm not mad about it. I understand it. But then they start seeing what's up. Then they start bumping the songs.
That's it.
Yeah, the music starts growing on them, and they're like, wait a minute, I'm into
That's
this.
just it. Like, I'm not mad at them. Like, I'm not mad at my mom for not believing on me. I'm not mad at my fans. Because deep down inside, they do believe in me.
Oh, 100%. That's what I
Like my
was
mom.
thinking.
You get me? So
Literally,
I
like,
just see it like, I love them. I
Yeah.
love my fans. I love the criticism. It just makes me a better person.
and a better artist.
Everything.
I really appreciate you taking the time today.
I appreciate you for having me here, man.
Literally anytime.
Pero No Te Enamores album out now. Go stream it everywhere.
We're going to put a code on the screen or a link.
We're going to have to do a translation version for everybody, huh? Just
If you agree, we'll put this through AI and I'll be speaking Spanish real quick.
Hey, I'm down. I'll be dope.
Honestly, yeah, we
But
can
we
do
gotta
those
make two
things.
versions though. I like the English.
Oh, yeah,
version, too.
of course. Like, yeah.
You could do this AI?
Yeah.
Hey man, you're on some different shit already.
Dude, I'm
man.
telling you, that's been like my big pitch around these parts is like taking our interviews and translating them in different languages.
Let's go. I'm thinking about some AI moves right now. I don't want to tell you because I don't want to burn it out.
But you're a fan of AI.
I'm a fan
as a whole.
but it's scary.
It's so frightening.
Trippy. But hey man, thank you for having me, man. Pero No Te Enamores album out now. You can buy your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. I'm on tour all over the US.
We'll put a link below for you.
So everyone that wants to become a fan of this genre, that don't know this genre, we're gonna be probably in a town near you. Go check out the show. I would love to invite you to one of the shows, man.
I would love
it's
to be
amazing, bro.
Your shows are amazing.
Amazing. Have you seen some videos?
Yeah, and you guys do
Crazy,
a great
bro.
job documenting it. I love seeing you guys at the T-Mobile Arena in Kansas City. That's one of my favorite places to watch a concert. You guys are great. It's an experience, and like you don't need to understand the lyrics to get lost in it and to also feel understood. So
It's mind blowing, bro. When I see 15,000 people, I think we sold out the Intuit right here at the new arena. I had like 18,000 people like
can we
in
come?
the arena.
fuck.
360, you feel like
Crazy.
amazing, bro. So if you guys want to go check out the shows, go buy some tickets at Ticketmaster.com. All the people listening to us right now, album out now, man, and we're happy to be here, bro.
When you're on stage in that moment, do you realize that you made all the right decisions?
Bro, everyone asks me crazy questions like that. I just feel so normal, bro. Like I can't explain it,
It's
bro.
like where you're meant to be.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't think about it too much. I worked so hard for it. I feel like it's normal. You get me?
Of
I
course.
think it's because you started at backyard parties performing for small crowds, unlike a lot of people that kind of like have a song go viral.
And they're just on a
And they're
festival
just
now.
on a festival stage and they're like, I've never done
Bro,
this.
I love you for that, bro,
But you
because
kind of worked your way up.
people don't talk about that, and I always try to talk about it, and like I feel like people think I'm crazy.
Dude,
Right now it's easier to hit. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's easier, and you don't gotta go through all the things we went through.
bro.
But is that a good thing? Who knows? It's probably a little. It's a
No.
good thing because you start getting money right away, right?
Yeah.
But now you gotta build yourself while it's probably even hard because now you gotta build yourself while you're a big artist. So you gotta learn on stage now. You gotta learn in front of 50,000 people.
Yeah, it's a combination. Like I could talk about this for literally hours because I think about
We
it.
could be here all year.
Yeah, and we're of the mindset, like, or at least I was, and I say it all the time. It's like you can't be a real artist until somebody's thrown beer at you. You know, like you need to play to nobody to be able to play to everybody. And as much as TikTok has become this amazing thing because it's democratized, like anybody can have a career, and the tastemakers
And that's
are the
beautiful.
people. That's awesome.
Dope.
But people are getting success without having anything to back it up. So, okay, you sign a fat record deal, but then you have one song and then you're shelved forever. I think over the last like 4 or 5 years, we've seen more one-hit wonders pop up in culture than we've seen in a very long time. So it's really a challenge. And
It is, man.
you don't know where the gatekeepers are or how to make an impact the way you used to, you know? Like,
Bro, tell me about it. Imagine me, man. TikTok wasn't even born when I was out.
it's
So,
but it was different. It
I
was
had to
shows
adapt,
and radio
bro,
and
it's hard, bro. And then people try to come and tell you you're copying people. It's just like, man, how do you do it? I like to be like this, like, pow. Like,
I think your
like,
TikTok game's
man,
great.
like, bro, we're just trying to stay. We're getting older now, man. We're getting close to 30 already, man. I'm 27, you know? So but we got to stay relevant, bro. We got to check out what people are doing, do it better. Hey, you always say, watch out. You could be a creator or something, but watch out when someone comes and does it better than you. Just watch out for that one.
Because it's
Don't
gonna
let that happen.
Well, I think when you do something for a long time, that becomes one of the biggest things that you grow aware of, right? Which is like who's creeping in the wings, like who's next.
And it's good if they're next because they did something that you did. Now you just got to stay strong and keep doing better things. And
That it evolving and challenging yourself, what you do.
yeah,
Is that why you stopped the vlogs?
bro, this fool knows what's up. And you, how you know, bro? You did your research or what?
I did my research and I've seen some of
You
them
just
before.
guys hitting me with left to right with some good ones.
I've seen a couple of them in the past, and then I noticed that you stopped doing them. Then a lot of your fans are like, "Where's the vlogs? Bring back the vlogs."
Bro, that's exactly why I stopped the vlogs because it was getting repetitive. Like, and then we were in COVID, so I was at the same spot every day. I was vlogging the same shit. Just the fans got bored of my ass on there, bro. They're like, "What's up with this guy?"
Yeah, but breaking news, it's COVID. Like, what are you gonna do?
And now they're mad because I don't vlog, but they gotta understand me, you know. Like I'm not. When I was vlogging, it was because I was already an artist, but I just started vlogging so it could help my career out, and because I liked it genuinely, you know. But it got to a point where I had to stop and I had to focus. So that's why I don't do vlogs. And I just do them here and there. I just dropped the vlog not that long ago.
Yeah.
Hopping out the Home Depot guys. You seen that?
Yeah.
We blessed the Home Depot guys, man. They got blessed. You didn't see that? You gotta check it out.
I saw it on TikTok.
Oh yeah? We blessed them, man. It was dope.
The barista out front showed it to me too.
The
Like,
what?
dude, our barista out front. Like, dude, you make impact, and you play a multi-platform content game as
Bro.
much as you're playing the music.
They were even
game.
clowning at me saying I was a TikTok creator, a content TikTok guy. Because I was on TikTok a lot too. But hey, man, we're everywhere. But we would like to not burn ourselves too much and do music, you know? But man, we use every platform. We take advantage of the future, man.
You need to. And that's how you remain timeless, because I genuinely believe you're a timeless artist. So thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us, man.
I really appreciate you. Fuerza Regida, everybody. Yeah.
Fuerza Regida, let's go.
Yeah, that sounded way better.